Hey guys, how's it going? It's Mo, aka Paid Trader here. Happy Thursday. How you guys doing? God bless you. It's been another great day to be alive and be Mo. But anyway, Mike, pleasure to meet you. Zen, you're awesome. You have no idea how many people you impact. And we all can impact a lot of people, which is great because we're all blessed and given the skills and the tools to do so. Now, before I, completely digress, we're taking a look at the Aussie yen. Okay, so how I do my analysis is generally, I break it down and I look for basic support and resistance. The Heiken Ashi usually gives me my signals. The yen crosses are usually pretty crazy and pretty volatile, as you can see over here. When I see stuff like this, I lean back. I just kind of stay away. But being that we're in this area of resistance, let's start marking this bad boy up. There we go. Let's get some yellow in here. Okay. So I'm usually keen to mark it up on. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Oh, this is beautiful. I love ranges. I love trading in ranges. Reason being is because so many people, trade them, so wrong. There we go, right in here. Just about right. Okay. So most people, the way they trade their ranges, they usually trade, the opposite end, or they wait for the breakout of either the low of the range or the high of the range. And that's generally, I think about the market makers, I think about the other folks that influence the market, but I don't let it overwhelm my thinking or completely influence how I trade. I do make sure I stay aware as to, where the herd will more than likely put their stops, which is generally just outside of the range on either side. What will usually happen is you'll get a spike up, get all those stops taken out, those pending orders, and then, they're screwed. Now, the way I like to trade the ranges here, I call this my action line. I call it Main Street. People that, trade with me, I'm like, this is Main Street because this is where all the action is. Where you'll see, this is Main Street. Generally, all the actions are on Main Street. I don't trade the Aussie yen as much, so the personality of it, I'm not 100% sure. But if this was the pound dollar, I could tell you right now, you would be seeing, just folks getting shaken out. Like this would almost be a shakeout. I can almost grab it. Okay, so we are in the Aussie yen. So first thing I'll do is do this, and then I drill down to the 4, so my top-down analysis. Actually, I'm sorry, I drill down to the 1 because usually they can cover that. Hey guys, sorry, I'm just having to repaint my lines here. Okay. So we are now on the 1 hour chart. So we just bring this bad boy in. Let's move this guy. There we go. Yeah, there's a party on the action line, that's for sure. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is where all my, this is where I would live here. So, because generally, most people like I was saying, like to play the ranges. And for example, like look at this right here. Quick, shoot outside or just past this low, just to come back in. All these guys had to cover their shorts, and they were kind of, out of luck. So that's, that just sucks all around. Now, generally, when we get up to the action line, you'll see a shakeout. As you see here, went up, shook them out before they came on down, shook them out again, reached the other side of what would be the range, the bottom of the range, shot up, shook them out, then continued on, came down, same deal. Let's expand this a little bit. Shook them out, back down, through support, and folks were, I'm sure, piling in because they closed below support, and voila. So continue to come back up, little dance here at the action line, went up top, perfect signal to go short right in here. Just dropped like a rock. Now it's doing a little dance, back up to the action line. This is where all the action is, and I explain it to people. I don't know why they don't see it. So, and then I ultimately trade the 15-minute. This is my home. This is where I live. It's all right. Now, how does the HA play into this? And this is where I look for my entry signals. I love the HA, and a lot of people use momentum indicators. One of my favorite things about the momentum, about the way the Heikin-Ashi candles show momentum, how strong a particular candle is by the way it forms. For example, let's see if we can find one here. Okay. So the pretty probably move up. Actually, you guys probably aren't looking for day trading. So my ultimate analysis is, once we get out of this mess, I would be looking for a short, but right now it's really hard. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. The bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers, they are fighting it out. It's complete indecision right here. Until we get a decisive move down to, let's say, this action line, I personally wouldn't do anything until I got a decisive move down to either here or a solid move up north. These would be like my two areas I'll be looking for, because right now folks are trying to stay within this range. They want to, they see the support. They want to do either two things. They either want to break it and go long, continue long. They want to short it and continue to stay in this game that they're playing here. The way I look at the markets, when I look at the charts, I don't just see a bar chart. Like, I see people. I see, it tells me a story. What's going on and the mood. Like, I see the emotions. And it's really interesting. And I think some charts can tell us better than others. But the yen crosses, they're solid. They are solid. I guess that's my analysis. Is bottom line, I wouldn't, me personally, do anything until I see a decisive move towards either one of these levels, and then from these levels is where I'll, be able to make a better assessment as to direction I would want to trade in. Okay, and then that's about it, man. Guys, appreciate you guys letting me tag along. This is pretty much what I do. It's simple, nothing too crazy, but this is how I've managed to, make money, most of these years. Okay. All right, guys. God bless. And if you guys need anything at all, feel free to hit me up. I'm going to send this out to you guys right now. Bye.